Alright, my name is Eric and I'm shooting a video for you today to show you a lot about the zippers, different features, explain about the tool so you understand it on the job. First thing we do when I get the zipper, actually it comes out of the box. We leave the solution line in here for packaging, but when you use your tool, I wouldn't make a habit of putting it back into the vacuum hose here because you're going to put a lot of unneeded stress on the hose and it could blow on you. Main reason we're doing this today is to show the adjustment. A lot of people don't understand the adjustment. When you get this tool and straight out of the box, it's going to be set up for commercial glue down. That means that your wheels and your glides are level. So this is an olefin carpet here, and this is set up for this. This is adjusted correctly, and we're going to go over the adjustment in great detail so you understand it. When I'm pushing forward here, my wheels are turning and I can still feel a nice grab on the back glide. This is a great adjustment for this carpet. Now, currently I have a slot glide in the front and a hole glide in the back. A hole glide always goes in the front and the back, I'm sorry. In the front, you can you put a slot, a hybrid, or a hole glide. The main reason we're shooting this video is to understand the glides, understand the adjustment on different carpets. So I'm going to be pulling these glides out, telling you a little bit about them. When you buy this tool, always a good idea to buy a set of Allen wrenches. You can either get these on Amazon, they're Bondis brand, or you can go to Harbor Freight. These are about $30. You can go to Harbor Freight, you can get them for about $7. But supplied with every one of your zippers is a small mini tool kit. And basically what this has in this tweezer, this is actually for the super spinner. There's a few extra parts in here that will have an extra 6mm wrench. It will have an extra dental pick, and it's got a couple extra of O-rings for your rotors. So we're going to basically, we're going to stick to the pointed hand here. And let me get this mini tool kit. So this comes with a set of tweezers, hemostats actually. Make a nice mess. This is to clean out your glides. Now this is a hole glide. This can actually be cleaned out using your Allen wrench here if you get a piece of debris stuck in it. And this is a slot glide. This slot glide here, the side that we're looking at, has recessed bridges. And if you can see on this glide here, I don't know if it'll help maybe if I elongate it. You see the supports that are inside of here? See them very visible here. So this is a two-sided glide. We call it a two-face glide. The side with the bridges that are recessed, this is better for cut pile. You don't see the bridge marks. It looks like you're using an unglided wand. The downfall of this is hair will get built up on these bridges, and that's what these hemostats are for. Periodically, we flip our machine down. We'll cover up half our vacuum hose, suck along the vacuum chamber here, pull our hair out, vacuum it up, go back to work. So I don't remove my glides a whole lot, but you can remove them as much as you want. The more the merrier. So I'm going to show you how to do that and what the glide looks like on the other side. So if you were to be using this side of the glide, the hair could get rubbed off. You're going to see bridge marks on a carpet. It's not going to sit down into the carpet as far because you have these supports. So this is more for an olefin carpet, or something that's got some hair and some debris that you think that you can just get over it and not have to clean it as much. So when you take these glides out, there's two screws on this glide retainer. This is an 1/8 inch Allen wrench. This is supplied with it also. And we put anti-seize on everything to make sure that there's not corrosion in the head. Simply comes off and your glide will come out real easy. It's brand new. Now if you've used your zipper quite often and you haven't cleaned it out, that's what this wood dowel rod, this also comes with your package. What you'll need to do is remove both glide retainers. Say we took that one out also. We're going to line up here, keep this side flat, hit it with a hammer, tap it out of there. So say if I tapped it out, this is all going to be dirty in this channel. I normally take a piece of sandpaper, just fold it in half, a couple times up and down it, really clean up in this area, and it should slide right back in. So now I have it on the side with the non-recessed bridges. And by doing that, like I say, hair can get rubbed off and get sucked up. Now if I run into a carpet that chatters, and I will show you that in a minute, my preferred choice is always a hybrid glide. This has a slot, then a hole, a slot, then a hole. So on the cheap olefin carpets that want to jump in a certain direction, this smoothens that out. Really the only time I use it, it's still a preference for a lot of people. You can still use it on any other carpet. I prefer the slot glide with the recessed bridges. It just cleans deeper. So mine's not dirty. I'm going to go ahead and put this back together here. Like I say, a lot easier with a T-handle Allen wrench. This will work for certain parts of this, but definitely a good idea to get a good set. Okay, we did a bit of explaining when we were showing how to take the glides in, take them out, but I want to get a little more detailed here. This is actually a hole glide. This has multiple holes. This is always in the back of your zipper. You never use this. You can use this in the front, but you always want it in the back. You never want to use a slot glide on the back of the zipper. So this is a slot glide, and as you know, our glides are reversible. All of these. When one side wears out, you flip it over to the other side. Now this has two different cuts. This has a recessed bridge side. That means that this is deep. And on a cut pile carpet, it leaves a nice appearance. Just takes a little more maintenance, as I had mentioned. This side is to the interface of the carpet, meaning this can't go in. It comes all the way to the interface. The hair will rub off. It's less maintenance, but I think that you get a much deeper, better job with this. If your carpets are chattering a bit, definitely use the side with the non-recessed bridges, not the deep side. The deep side, they're recessed. Okay, I'm going to show you on a bench how to adjust it, just so you understand where the screw is and what have you. I'm going to do it on the ground, but it won't be as detailed, but you'll understand it. Every one of your zippers comes with a 1/4 inch Allen wrench. Now, anytime you need to adjust this, this is an adjustment knob. If you turn this clockwise, you're driving the wheels down. If you turn this counterclockwise, you're bringing the wheels up. You never want your wheels higher than level. These machines are all shipped in a commercial glue down setting where you see the business card can barely stab underneath this here. It's basically on the ground, okay? I use that just for reference to show that this is all level. Now this is for the lowest of the low carpet. As your carpets get thicker, your wheels will be drove down so that these ride level, and I'll explain that more in a minute. So to do this adjustment, there's an Allen screw right here. You want to crack this loose, and only a little bit, about that much, just a bit. And then as you turn this clockwise, you are basically raising this back glide, and that's for a padded carpet. Because your wheels are going to sink down into the padding, you will make this do a wheelie unless you make this higher. And I'll show you the adjustment down here, but see how I'm raising this? And I'm lowering this. Now I'm going counterclockwise, and I'm going to do it until my business card grabs it. Okay? My business card just grabbed it, so I know I'm perfect. And I'm going to tighten this back up, and I'm going to tighten it up pretty good. Now while I'm putting my wrench back in, I give it a little twist, hold my finger on the opposite side so you don't push the O-ring out, and it's back. And now I'm going to show you how to operate it on the carpet and how I would adjust it on the carpet. Okay, as I've explained earlier, when these are shipped, everything is level. The carpet you're looking at that I'm on now, this is a real flat, cheap olefin carpet. So this is a perfect adjustment. As I'm using it, I can actually feel a drag on my back glide, and my wheels are still turning, and it's digging in really good. Okay, now if you go to a padded carpet, what is going to happen is, because everything is level, when you go forward, the front's going to do a wheelie. I'm going to make it extreme, and here's how I adjust it. You see how I'm making this thing pop up and do a wheelie? And what's going to happen is, as you're riding, it's going to basically go like this. You want it to ride straight. So by me lowering the wheels, and I showed you earlier, but I'm going to do it again. I just lean this forward, crack that loose a little bit. Now I go clockwise, and I can only get about a 1/4 turn out of my fingers. So I'm going to go basically about, this is a pretty thick pad and a thick carpet, I'm going to go about 14 1/4 turns. If it was a thin, say a builder's grade, I may only go 10, may go 12 1/4 turns. So I'm going clockwise, I'm driving my wheels down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 14, okay? And now, this should ride level. It will make a huge difference. A lot of guys say, I just clean padded carpet in the same adjustment that I clean commercial glue down carpet. It's not going to dry as good, it's not going to clean as well, and it's going to be kind of hard to push. Now these have 2 weights on it. If I was doing, say, a residential carpet, almost always, unless you know you're very far, you don't have a lot of vacuum to your truck, what have you, most of the time I'm going to clean with 1 weight. The only time I put 2 weights on is if a carpet's breathing a lot, because you want to mash the front down. Otherwise it's like sucking through a straw with a hole in it. You want to be able to press the fiber down a bit, per se, so you get a good seal. So I'm just going to put this back on, and like I say, I normally run with 1 weight all the time. The only time I use 2 weights is if I'm doing a carpet that's breathing a lot, per se a polyester residential, or say a looped commercial carpet, something of that sort. Okay, so now when I push forward, see how I'm not doing a wheelie? See how it's riding real level? Very easy to push. See how I can't push this down? I can't make that thing pop up. I'm just grabbing the carpet perfect. So depending on how thick it is, how many turns you go, anywhere between 10 quarter turns and 14 quarter turns. So now when I come back to my commercial glue down, I'm rendering this tool useless. All the air is sucking up the back. The wheels are down. There's a gap between the glide and the carpet. I can push it like butter. I can't feel that little bit of drag on the back glide. So all you do is go back here again. If you're on commercial carpet and you start coming back down, I'm going to turn this towards the camera so you can kind of see. And I know I went 14 quarter turns, so I know where I'm at, but it doesn't really matter. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm getting it close. See how I can make the machine roll forward? I'm pushing the wheel towards the ground, making the wheel propel the unit. If I can actually push it, you know, forward, backward, but I'm making the wheel do it. See how I'm pushing with my thumb? Watch when I get it lowered down. Still going counterclockwise. See how I can't make it propel a little bit there? See how I can't make it propel at all? That's when you know it hit the glide and you're good for commercial glue down again. And some are thicker and some aren't, but that will tell you when it hits the carpet. So now when I push it, I'm getting a nice dig in the back. I don't know if you can hear it. I'll try to get close. You can hear that back glide and you can feel it. See that chatter? It's another issue I'm going to address here. Now it's a directional carpet. I keep my wrench right here. Get a strap. We may start sending them with them if we can get a good source for them. So what I do, take off my glide retainer. Now if you've been maintaining it, it'll come out easy. If you haven't, you may have to take both sides out and have your stick ready to pound it out of there. This one's going to come out easy. You can either use that side, which once it wears, it does slide a little easier. Preferably, I like this glide. This is the hybrid. This has a hole and a slot, then a hole and a slot. And it's rare I clean cheap olefin, but it happens. See, and now that'll take out the chatter. You see here, I'm not getting chatter. It's smooth. A little bit of chatter, but it's not wet. If it was wet and you had vacuum sucking down to it, it'd be different. Nothing like it was. Or you slow down a bit. And again, now it's back in the right direction, or the right adjustment. See, when I come back here, I can make it do that wheelie again. Like I said, I don't use my foot. I basically sling it out. It'll tap, it'll drop. Go to work. Ooh, it's hot in here today. All you carpet cleaners are used to sweating, so I guess we're all good. What I want to talk about here today is if you prefer a right-hand trigger or left-hand trigger. It's all preference, but what I would like to show you is how your body stance is. So whatever side your trigger is on, your hose is on the opposite. Now, personally, I clean carpet left-handed. I am right-handed, but I like a right-hand trigger on my zipper. And the reason being is, if I'm working towards my hose and I'm pulling my trigger, this is like it's my assist hand on my wand. This is like it's my wand. I'm right foot forward. I'm facing the left. This feels natural to me. I mean, naturally, yes, I'm walking it, and I won't be holding the hose if I'm working away from it, but sometimes, you know, you want to keep it out of your way. So see how I'm right foot forward and I'm facing the left? And that's exactly how I would grab a wand. I clean carpet left-handed, and that's how I look with the zipper, right foot forward facing the left. A right-handed guy, he's left foot forward and he's facing the right. This is how most right people would clean, but it's still a preference. And if you don't like what side you picked, there is a video on how to switch the valve around. It's called Zipper Wand Valve Reversal. So this is a super spinner here, and this has a left trigger. So basically with this, I feel uncomfortable like this, even though I am right-handed, but I do clean left-handed. This feels awkward to me, but it may feel better to a right-handed guy. Like, this is your assist handle. This is your position you're used to. See the difference? Pick wisely.